What's up, nail geeks, and welcome to another Emily DeMolly video. We have a new collection to check out this month. Actually, I have two powerhouse videos for you all today. When I went to record my face for my batch of videos this week, I realized that there were 3 videos I completely did not have on my little notepad here with me on Sunday that I didn't record face stuff for. And I was like, well, I could super quickly get stuff out and, just do a cheapy hack thing where I show you all the website or whatnot. But I was like, you know what? I want to do it right. And here I am recording on a Wednesday, which is really unusual, but I made it work. With everything that's gone on this month, I'm really happy to say goodbye to March. I'm just going to say that. With everything going on, I got a little bit behind. I was off my feet, I guess, for lack of better words. I wasn't swatching for a good little portion, at least a little over a week, and with all the stuff that happened. And so I'm behind, and everyone thankfully has been super sweet about it, at least, the makers and whatnot. But it's a flurry, and I'm so happy to just flip the bird to March and let's get into April and better vibes and all kinds of stuff. So I've got 2 videos for you all today. We're going to start off with Emily DeMolly's new releases for her April launch. We have some beautiful ones to check out, and keep your eyes peeled for my next video today. If you're wondering, Trish, it's almost polished pickup time, at least for wish listing this coming weekend. I do have that video I'm working my tail off this week on. I work on the PPU video in batches, actually, because it is such a behemoth. Usually it's at least 2 hours of content that I edit down to about 45 minutes for you all. And, then I add in my wish list stuff, and then we've got it's just a lot. So keep an eye out for that too. I'm really hoping to have the PPU video up. I've got the intro, and then I've got the end of it. It's a work in progress right now. And I got the meat and potatoes, the swatching part, and the center I have yet to edit. But I go in batches because honestly, it takes me anywhere from 8 to 10 hours to make a polished pickup video. Wild, I know. But anyways, I'm rambling for you all because this is so impromptu. I'm so used to having all my stuff together. I'm collected. I'm calm. I'm just not frazzled out oh my gosh, how am I going to get all this stuff out? Anyways, that's always Sundays. You can see I'm a hot mess on a Wednesday, I guess. So per usual, we have a wonderful collection to check out from Emily DeMolly. I have 6 polishes to show you all for this release. It's a small but mighty morsel, if you will. So without further ado, let's dive right in. And first up is As Far As You Go. This is described as a medium purple base filled with gold iridescent flakes. This one's really interesting to me. Most of the time when I see gold flakes in a finish, it's really prominent, but this takes on more of a foily looking effect. It's really pretty. It kind of reminds me of shimmering waters. It's just a very interesting effect, almost like a mermaid's bra or something, if that makes sense. So this is what I would consider a Crelly type formula. I thought this was going to be pretty sheer and how it built up just based off of the behavior from the first and second coat, but a third thin coat just to kind of give it that extra plump factor really packed a punch for opacity. I was very impressed that the base color is just as strong on my nail as it looks in the bottle. So for that, I'm going to suggest 3 light coats and a good plumping glossy top coat, as this does dry on quite flat. And Key Drama is described as a clear base filled with an intense, vivid blue aurora shimmer. It does state in our PR information, this is intended to be worn over other colors. This is gorgeous. And if you're like me and you like to have, say, a little nail art arsenal for when you're feeling lazy and you don't want to stamp or do anything extra and you just want a topper or something, this is definitely something that you'll want to grab. This is really nice. A fantastic formula, super smooth on application, and looks really badass over pretty much any color. I 10 out of 10 recommend grabbing this one. Lots and lots of versatility. That blue is going to look fantastic over anything. Now, because it's so packed full of shimmer, it is going to make your polishes look quite flat in how it dries down. So I would suggest a good glossy top coat to finish it off. And here is Lament. This is described as a light brown polish with very strong cyan to blue to purple to red, color shifting large particle shimmer. This one's really pretty, and I'm always here for Emily DeMolly's foil finishes. And this one is really in your face. Now, I'm going to really strong arm you into using 3 light coats to build this one up. It does have a bit of an almost yellowish tint to it. So when you go up to that 3rd coat, it gives you that more full coverage effect like what you're seeing in the bottle to translate well on your nails. Please note I did bump my nails before I did that full hand shot there, so any imperfections you see is me and not the polish. This will dry down quite flat and you'll want to get that beautiful shimmery look to pop really well, so I would suggest a plumping glossy top coat. And No Sleep Till is described as a dark gray base filled with orange to gold to green iridescent flakes and purple to red color shifting magnetic effect. This has a somewhat curly formula to it. It started off pretty light and I was pretty sure I was going to need a 3rd coat, but I did my, I guess I would call it my foundation way that I apply. Start off with one super thin coat and then going quite ham and heavy on your 2nd coat. And that worked really well too. So it's got almost a grayed out sort of dusky appearance when you wear it unmagnetized, and I think it translated pretty well that way. But when you magnetize it, this is one of those high contrast, very different between the magnetic pigment and the base color. This is where the magic happens. It's quick to snap to with the magnet, very easy and user-friendly, and you can see how it's got movement, but it also is at the same time one of those magnetic pigments that kind of stay in place. Very pretty. And spoiler alert, it's going to layer pretty well because we've got that dusky effect. Now it will dry down quite flat, so you'll want to finish with a really good glossy top coat on this because this was almost matte in how it dried down. And next is Oh So Clear. This is a light reddish purple base filled with strong gold, large particle shimmer. This is my top pick for this release. I love it so much. Several years ago when the chrome phase was going on with polish in the indie scene, I was all about it and I so miss those finishes, and I get really excited when they come back here and there, and this is flirting with being one of those. It's so foily in person, so metallic. It's what I consider a true large particle chrome appearance. I'm going to strongly suggest 3 light coats to just build it up really well. And that purple base just makes it even more cool toned, like a true gold look on your nails. It's just so pretty, especially if you've got warm undertones. And I'm going to strongly suggest a glossy top coat to finish this off. And finally, we've got You're All I Need. I do love me a good sappy name. This is described as a dark purple polish with pink to orange to green iridescent flakes and a pink magnetic effect. So this is another one that I think could translate really well unmagnetized. If you weren't feeling a little extra and wanting to magnetize it, I think it could translate that way too. But when you are going to magnetize it, I would suggest going in for 3 light coats. You want quite a bit of polish on your nails, and it does have a bit of a jelly finish to it. So I thought that 3rd coat was necessary. Regardless, it's going to dry down quite flat and almost matte on the nail. So I would suggest a thicker glossy top coat with this one too, because it does have just the tiniest bit of a texture from the flakes. The magnetic pigment to this one does have a bit more movement than the previous one. And it is, even though they're in the same color family, if you will, for the base and the magnetic pigment, I still thought it's pretty obvious in person. Very much true to what I'm seeing on my full hand shot and my swatches here. And we're going to wrap this up with the Will It Topper segment. This is where I use a black swatch stick to demonstrate if polishes have layering capabilities. So we've got some really interesting finishes to check out. I think for the most part, all of them worked. As far as you go, looked really pretty. I'm digging those flakes so much. I do love me a good reflective flake. Key Drama is ridiculous. Again, if my swatches didn't convince you, I'm hoping toppering it will show you that, yes, you do need this. Lament is stunning over black. It's just beautiful. I so love that almost aqua look in the primary color over black. No Sleep Till looks fantastic over black too. It almost looks like its own polish like this. It just vamped out that dusky look so well and really helped that magnetic pigment come alive. So it does pass. Oh So Clear. There's nothing I can say about this more. I just love it so much, and it looks really cool over black. Gives you an idea of how much of those flakes are in there too. And then lastly, You're All I Need also passes the test if you want it to look a touch more vampy. It does have a bit of a magenta tint to it in person versus what you're seeing on the swatch stick. So the new pretties are going to launch starting April the 1st at 10 a.m. Australian time or March 31st at 7 p.m. Eastern time on the US and international site. I will have both of the websites linked in the description box below, including Emily DeMolly's Facebook group. If you haven't joined that, you want to see additional swatches, sneak peeks, all that good stuff. There is going to be 2 additional polishes released in this, City of Light, and we've also got Tropical Magic. These are returning colors that is also included. The returning colors are, as it states in our PR info, limited in amount that's created. I'll have all this information broken down in the description box below. And as always, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.